What's going on? Nick Rager, full-time strength coach and online fitness coach. I'm an actual coach though, unlike all these other fitness gurus. I coach in person. I have over 30 clients in person. I was a coach at the NCAA level, coaching college athletes after I graduated from Vermont State University. I have a BS in exercise science. I wrestled in college. I was a national qualifier at 165 pounds, wrestling in college for 5 years. In this video, and I just wanted to back that up because there's so many people, oh, you know, I'm a fitness coach. They've never coached a goddamn person in their life. My full-time job is coaching people in person, and my other full-time job is coaching people online. So I didn't take passion in. I love the online coaching a little bit more than the in-person. Why? Because I can dial in your lifestyle and truly take you to the next level. If I coach you in person and your habits, your lifestyle, your eating, if all that shit, very little is going to change. Your training will be dialed, but not everything. The online and lifestyle is what got me to where I am, so that's why I love doing it. In this video, I'm breaking down why my college lifestyle was different from yours. It was different from everybody else's, and why it turned me into an absolute sick, twisted animal. And what about it made me want to be a coach, but also made me want to chase greatness. Right now, if you're wondering, I'm on the way to the supplements shop. But anyway, so in college, right? You went to college. Maybe you didn't. College, everyone goes to college to party. I did the same thing. First 2 years of college, I fucked around. Took everything for granted, whatever. Last 3 years of college, wrestling in college for 5 years. I wanted to be an All-American as badly as I wanted to breathe. That is no bullshit. So, I lived alone. I had a bunch of college wrestlers that were on my team that were absolute savages, but their lifestyle wasn't the lifestyle that I wanted to live. Nothing against it. That's just the truth. So I moved 10, 15 minutes outside of college town so I wouldn't be distracted. I lived in a studio in Poultney, Vermont by myself for 2 years. And it was the best thing I've ever done in my life. Why? You may ask, why is that the best thing? Because my personal development jumped levels. What I did was I took myself outside of the college town. I was real with myself. I had to look in the mirror. Okay, what are the things holding me back from reaching my goals? My environment's one of them. Women was the other thing. That was really the only two. Didn't have a problem with women. My environment was okay. I only say that because I like talking to girls and it would distract me. And hanging out with a girl would distract me and get me off task. It's literally as simple as that. So I took myself outside of the environment. It may sound extreme, but it absolutely changed my life. I moved 10 minutes outside my college town. Not 30 minutes away to where it was a force to get to class. Just enough to where it was a force to go into the college town. I would only go there to train and to do school. So I did that. What that made me realize about myself is I realized that I always was listening to music. I always had a podcast going. I always had music going. I was always talking to someone. I was always on the phone. I never had time to really be real with myself. I would look in the mirror, but I live with 8 guys. So you can't really look in the mirror and fully, honestly, attack yourself and be real with yourself. Okay, so the first few months living alone was weird. I always had music going, always had the TV going. And I had a mindset coach in college, Jason Spector. He was a UFC, he helped George St. Pierre, some of the best guys ever in the UFC. He helped them prepare mentally, right? And that's where I get a lot of my mindset training from, is Jason Spector. Shout out Jason Spector. If he's going to watch this video one day and be like, damn, Nick made it, right? But anyway, he's the man. And so I had to look in the mirror, and it got to a point where music and podcasts would annoy me. And then one day he's like, do you ever sit in silence? And I'm like, no. He's like, do it. It'll be good for your emotional intelligence. I'm like, okay. And so I went home and I did it. And I caught myself talking to myself out loud often. And I was coaching myself through problems in my feelings. Everybody stuffs their feelings down. Right? I was talking out loud. Okay, Nick, this is what you're going to do today. And it sounds absolutely crazy, but hearing yourself say the thing makes it so much more real. Writing the positive thing down on the piece of paper, I'm going to lose 50 pounds. I'm going to do the hard thing. I don't want to run, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to win this tournament. I'm going to impose my will on this opponent and show my family how hard I've been working by controlling this kid with my movement on the wrestling mat, taking him down and imposing my will, showing my coaches, my teammates, my school, how hard I've been working. hearing yourself say it hits differently, and it builds a real confidence because you're truly coaching yourself through the process. So I caught myself talking to myself a lot. And when I did it most was before matches, right? And so it started to become a ritual. My green light thoughts, I'd wake up, they were on my mirror. And so I would say them out loud. Too fast, too strong, too focused. Too fast, too strong, too focused. And it sounds crazy. Some of you may say it's cocky, it's arrogant. But when you're in a sport like wrestling, where it's hand-on-hand combat, and I'm using my hands to control you, and I have to use my strength, my technique, and my skill to take you down and literally hurt you. I have to take you down and hold you down and hold your back to the mat. And I take you down more times than you can touch me or take me down. It is a very physical sport. And it may come off as arrogant, but it's not. I need to believe that I'm too fast, too strong, too focused, or else I am truly not going to go out and perform to the best of my ability. So what that made me do is, it made me really believe what I was saying. And if you say something enough times, okay, if you say something enough times, you will start to believe what you're saying, even if it's a little bit delusional. If you say it enough times and you hear yourself say it, and your actions are chasing it and backing what you're saying, you will realize that you will start to believe it over time. This took me years of reps. This doesn't happen in 2 weeks, but this is real shit. And so what it really made me do is it made me deal with my feelings on my own. Especially as a man, a lot of men can't deal with feelings, and a lot of men lash out, and a lot of men stuff their feelings down, and then it gets to a point where they either have a fucking mental breakdown or they completely explode, and both those things have happened to me. But when I would take a loss, now it's funny because a win, I would beat one of the best kids in the country, and it would satisfy me for about 2 minutes. And then I was like, who do I have next? Who do I have next week? What do I need to do to get better? I was constantly trying to get better because wrestling's weird. It's a craft, right? It's almost like sculpting your body, losing weight, gaining weight. There are levels to it, right? And once you get to a level, it's like there's always something more you can be doing to improve. And that's the best part about personal development. You will never, like investing in yourself, that you can never get to the point where you're maxed out. And it's the same with wrestling. There's always someone bigger and better doing more than you. And you will be challenged by that through your journey. Anyway, so wins and losses. Wins, I would be satisfied for minutes. Losses, I would lose sleep over. Losses, I would talk to myself weeks on end about what I did wrong. And you can call it crazy, but it's real. When you want something as badly as you want to breathe, and it's your whole entire life, you would be doing this. I truly wanted this as badly as I wanted to breathe. And so I'm saying, right, Nick, what did you do wrong? Okay? This is what you need to do better. You need to stop smoking once a month. You need to stop having a girl over twice a week. And it sounds so extreme, but this is what I would say to myself. You need to do this. You're going to show up to practice early. You're going to do these 3 things because your feet were slow in this match to improve your speed. After practice, I'm going to write down 5 shots that I need to get better at. You're going to do 50 reps of each shot every single day this week. And I would make actionable steps, and I would really do them. I would really do them. And if I didn't do them, it would let myself down, which is the worst thing in the world. And what that did was grow my emotional intelligence and being able to be vulnerable and real with myself, which made me an animal because there are so many men out there, there are so many men who can't be real with themselves. And I'm so real with myself. I know where I'm lacking in almost all areas of my life. Obviously, some people can point it out a little better or differently than I perceive it, right? It's yourself. Other people view you differently than you view you. But I can get real with myself, and that is what has allowed me to be an incredible coach. But also, if you're not practicing what you preach, it doesn't mean shit. You're not that guy. And people will pick up on that. And that part of my lifestyle, it made me more emotionally intelligent. It made me a better human being, completely in general, because I can look in the mirror now every time in silence. The reason I recorded this is because I was talking out loud and I was like, I need to break down what I do. This isn't normal. People are scared to sit in silence. People always want to block it out because they can't sit with themselves. It's like, it's okay to do that. I did that for years. But to find your true purpose and your true self, you have to block out the noise. You have to say, what does Nick Rager really want? What do I really want in my life? And I have these talks with myself often. I know what I'm going to be doing by December. Like, I say it out loud. You need to hear yourself say it. It made me more emotionally intelligent. It made me so much more mentally stronger because I knew what I wanted and I believed that I was going to get it because of the work I was doing. It made my mind bulletproof. but it makes me a fantastic coach, coaching people through the small actionable steps, because I can see through the bullshits in the area that they're missing, because I did it for 5 years and I tried to cut all the corners. Like, everybody tries to take the easy way. Like, it's not that I'm picking on my clients. Like, I was just on a call with Jacob, and I'm not like picking on him. I'm saying, yo, perceive the situation from this way. Do you get what I'm saying? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, try this green light thought. Like, I understand that, but what if you did it from this perspective, and instead you talk to yourself positively about how we're going to make these changes next week? And he's like, okay. And I believe he's going to do it, because he's changed. His body's changed. He's only down 8 pounds, which is still great, right? That's can be life-changing to some people. I have some clients that are down 25 pounds. Go check on my Instagram. Literally all the proof is there. But it's the small, his mindset about how he perceives it. When we get on calls now, he's like, yeah, I know I'm going to do this. And it's like that little switch. 12 weeks ago, even, he was like, I don't know, this is going to be hard. I'm not sure if I can have the time. It's not making excuses. That's just how a lot of people talk to themselves. Once you see the progress, now he's like, I know I'm going to do this. I'm going to make these 4 adjustments to get me to where I want to go, because I'm relentless. And all of that comes from positive self-talk. But a lot of it comes from practice what you preach. If I didn't do that for 5-6 years, I wouldn't be able to coach people to do it. People don't even know what green light thoughts is. People don't even know it's possible to train your mind. I wouldn't be able to coach people to do it if I didn't do it. I did it for years and I still do it. The point of it is, a lot of people don't sit in silence. And it will raise your emotional intelligence. It will help the relationships with your husband or wife, whatever way you go, I don't care. Your husband, your wife. It will help how you think, how you talk to yourself. Your brain produces, it's like 8 to 10,000 thoughts, or 60 to 70,000 thoughts per day, 8 to 10. I'm like 90% sure. 60 to 80,000 thoughts per day, 80% of those thoughts are negative. And people don't say them out loud, but they think them. Intentionally replacing those negative thoughts with positive ones. When a negative one comes up in my head, I'm literally like this. No, Nick. Like, I will literally say out loud, no, that's not going to happen. This is how we're going to handle the situation. You are the man. And it could come off as arrogant. I don't say it in front of other people. I do it when I'm alone. You're the man. You're going to make it through the situation, because you made it through a lot tougher times, and you are being tested, and you're supposed to go through the mud before you get to the sunshine. Like, swim in the mud, smile through the bullshit, because the rainbow is going to be unreal when you're with your family and your friends doing what you love every single day, building your dream life, body and mind. And like, positively talking out loud has changed my life, but it all came from sitting in silence. If you're the person that doesn't sit in silence and you're like, shit, he's kind of right. Sit in silence. Say, hey, what's going on, Nick? What do I actually want? And you have no idea how many times a week I say that to myself. I'm still trying to figure it out. What do I actually want? Why do I love this? Why do I love my life? Why am I so grateful? Why don't I stop often to smell the roses? When you hear yourself say something, it hits differently. It will improve every area of your life, and it's what makes me a great coach. Because changing people physically, sure, it's great. But changing them mentally, mental training is something you don't lose, and nobody teaches it. And that's what separates me from everybody else, because I competed at the highest level in the toughest sport in the world, and it came down to it, the best kids in the country were the best kids in the country because they trained their minds just as much as they trained their bodies. They believed that they were going to win before they stepped on the mat. And you need to believe that you're going to lose the weight or gain the muscle before you do it. And at first, it's hard to truly believe it. But I promise, by sitting in silence and actually figuring out what you want, cutting off the noise for 5 minutes a day, and truly saying, okay, Sarah, okay, John, okay, Ben, Nick, my instance, this is what you want to do. Why have you been waiting so long to do this? These are going to be the 3 actionable steps we're going to take in order to do it. And every time I have this negative thought that always has held me back for years, that keeps me in this cycle, I'm going to say 3 positive things about myself. And I'm going to say it enough times to where I believe it. And it sounds cringy, but often I catch myself saying this, because I used to chase validation from my parents. And I often used to catch myself saying, I'm proud of you, Nick. I said it literally yesterday. I'm proud of you, because that makes myself feel good. And when I do something, and I don't just say that, I'm really hard on myself. And when I do something and I truly earn that I'm proud of you moment, when I truly earn that shit, it hits different. So sit in silence, talk to yourself, be real with yourself. But training your mind is more important than training your body, because when your mind is bulletproof, you will have that forever, and it will affect your relationships with other people, which honestly are some of the most important things in the world. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you got value from this video and you would love to see some of the mindset exercises and modules I take all my clients through, click the link below. We can jump on a call and we can shoot the shit and figure out where we're going to start. Go to my Instagram, check out all the proof, see what's possible, everything's there. Hope you guys enjoyed. That's some real mindset training, that's some real shit. And I was just talking to myself, and that's what inspired me to make this video. Hope you got value, hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you on the flip. Peace.